she in love with me before we I left the war with a stick. I know them niggas on this.
Hopefully in this video, rewind. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm bringing you something very different from what I'm used to bringing on this channel. This is going to be a budgeting video, and I'm going to show you how I save up for tuition, pay off my credit cards, save up for my entire next semester of possibly not working for a couple of months, and emergency funds and such like that. So the purpose of this video is that basically, like, all my life I've been hearing, you have to save, you have to save, you have to save. But no one's been really telling me how to do it. So I've done my research and I found some methods that I've been implementing into my like everyday financial routine, and it's been helping me. So I figured I would put the video out there. Maybe you guys can benefit from it, and maybe you guys can even teach me as well, because this is a learning process. So we're just gonna get right into the video. I just wanted to give you a short intro, and let's get our financial life together, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I set up my page for my budget. This page kind of varies from month to month, just depending on the income that I'm expecting to bring in. So I'm just gonna give you guys what September's income is looking like and where I'm designating certain amounts of money. So I'm just gonna start off by writing September 2019 at the top. But can we just acknowledge the fact that I got this angle? I'm really hype about this. But anyway, so what I would normally do right underneath that is write income. So I have income 1, and since I'm working 2 jobs, I have 2 sources and income 2. I'm gonna leave this part blank for now and go through the different categories. So category 1 is my fixed. So this is the non-negotiables. Like, I know I have to get this done. I have to pay this bill. I have to put money away for this. I have to do it. There's no flexibility whatsoever with the fixed side, and sadly it's the most depressing side, and it's usually the highest side where all the money pretty much goes to. So in fixed income, you have things such as your phone bill. Then I have tuition, since I have to pay out of pocket, and my 3 credit cards. Now I'm gonna go to the other side, and then I'll fill in all the numbers afterwards, but I just want to get the different sides down first. So this right here is going to be my variable / sinking funds. This just means that basically this is the side I have flexibility in. If I want to designate $20 to it this paycheck and $100 to it the next, I can. I have room to decide what I want to do with my money in this category. So this is where I have things such as tuition, but this is for spring 2020, a phone bill also for 2020. Since I'm going to be student teaching in spring of 2020 and they advise us not to work, I started putting money aside so I cannot worry about my tuition or my phone bill during that 5 or 6 month pay period without having to dip into my actual savings account. So then I would have things such as gifts. So for gifts, let's put this as Christmas gifts. And then right here, I know Bae's birthday is next month, so I have to put money aside for that. My birthday is also coming up in a few months, so I'm gonna put money aside for that as well. Transportation, food, and for this month, that is pretty much it. Just because I have these categories in the sinking fund, it doesn't mean that I designate money to them every single paycheck. Sometimes things take higher priority, and that's okay. Category that I feel like I neglect often is my savings category. So the first thing under my saving category is 20%. So I try to put 20% of both of my incomes in my savings account and try not to touch it. Again, this is something that I neglect sometimes depending on what takes priority. Although this should definitely take priority, but life happens. These bills be knocking you left and right. So you just gotta, you know, go with the flow, go with the punches. But remember to always come back to your 20% savings. And then I have an emergency fund. Now this category right here, well, this section right here, I also neglect it often. But my goal for this one is to just have enough cash sitting around, not necessarily in my checking or savings account, but just have this money designated for emergencies only. And this, I often do it in cash. And just because of this emergency and I can't run all the way to the bank, I know I have money somewhere accessible, if that makes sense. Okay, so now that I have all my categories laid out, I'm going to start plugging in numbers. So I'm going to start filling in the numbers. I'm not going to put my exact income in these first two categories just yet. I want to kind of get a sense of how you guys react to these things before I just start putting out, more information and stuff. So I'm just going to put something that's realistic. So let's say for income 1, I get $350, and income 2, I get $450. So this is how much I have to work with for the entire, for 2 weeks, because I get paid bi-weekly. So in total, that is $800, working with $800. So phone bill, $119, and this is again fixed income. These are the things that I should know the numbers of because they don't change. So for my tuition, since it's not actually due until October, what I do is I put a small portion aside for it, just so when the time comes I don't have to worry about a large sum of money coming out my account at one time for that one bill. So this paycheck or pay cycle, I decided to put $200 aside for it. So credit bills, these are the ones that I kind of want to get rid of sooner or later. I just want to have no debt whatsoever, but until that time comes, they're in my fixed section, and my first one is 67, second one is 61, and the third one is 35. So I know that this has to be taken out of the 800, no ifs or buts about it. And this totals up to $318. I know $318 out of this 800 right here has to go towards bills and my fixed income, which sucks, but it's the realities of adulting. You have to take care of these things. I can't neglect my tuition or my phone bill or my credit bills, because then that's a whole nother story that we're not trying to get into. So it's best that I prioritize this $318 and just know automatically it's coming out. Before my savings, I'm actually going to be putting in, like I said, 20%. So 20% of 800 would be about, I want to say 160. So I'm going to put 160 towards that. So I'm going to just put that money automatically into my savings account and try not to touch it. And for my emergency fund, I'm going to be putting in $40. So my goal for this is to put $20 every week, but since I get paid bi-weekly, I just put $40 once I get paid. So next we have the variable / sinking funds. This is where flexibility comes in, and you can play with your numbers to make yourself happy or whatever the case is. I'm going to start from the bottom because that's what's most important right now. So food, since I eat out, I'm going to put $30 for 2 weeks, and my goal for putting it this low is so I can force myself to start cooking at home and taking whatever food I have in the fridge to work or to school. And transportation, I know I have $48. I take the van. My birthday, for this paycheck, I'm actually not putting any money in it. Bay's birthday, I'm putting $100 towards it. Christmas gifts is gonna get 0 for now. My tuition is gonna get 100 for spring 2020, and my phone bill is gonna get 0 for now. So now I'm just gonna calculate everything. So after doing all the math, I have $4 left from this 800. So if I want, I have 2 options. I can either play around with the variable income or my savings income, so I can have more money left over from the check, or I can designate this $4 to one of these options so I can have a zero-based budget. So with the $4, I'm just gonna leave it in my account and just let it sit there. I'm not worried that it's not a zero-based budget because that's not what I aim for every time I do one of these. So the $4 can just sit in my account and be happy there. So what I'm gonna do now is highlight the things that are going into my cash envelopes. I'm gonna show you the different categories that I have and show you which ones I'm actually filling this paycheck, because like I said, not everything gets money put in it every single time. So the first thing that's going in my cash envelope is actually my tuition. I take this out in cash just because I know if I let the money sit in my account, I'm more likely to spend it or to lose track of it. So I just take that out and put it back in my account when I know it's time for it to come out. Transportation is going in there, and food. And also Bay's birthday. That's also coming out. So the things that I have highlighted are the things that I physically took cash from my account, and I'm gonna be putting them in a cash envelope. Okay, so I'm gonna actually show you guys all of the cash envelopes that I have, although I'm not stuffing them all, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I do introduce them. So I have one titled self-care. So this is where I would put money to get my nails done, to go out, to get a wax, whatever it is that I want to do. So self-care, gifts, then I have birthday, phone bill for 2020, emergency funds, tuition, and student teaching. These are the categories that I have as of now. I have more envelopes, so if I decide that I need more categories, I have the option of just creating another envelope. So I'm just gonna take out the 4 that I'm working with today. Actually, it's only 2 because food and transportation, I leave that in my wallet. So I'm just gonna look for tuition. This one is all banged up because I've been using it faithfully to pay off my fall tuition. And I'm gonna take out gifts as well. Actually, I decided just now I'm gonna put my $40 in there as well. So emergency funds. So these are the 3 categories that I'm putting in the cash envelope, and these other 2, they're just in my wallet, and I know it's for food and transportation. Okay, so I just lined up all the money, just so it's easier for me to grab them and put them in their appropriate folders. So the first one I'm gonna do is tuition. So I know it's 200, right? So 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2. No ifs and buts about it. This has to go in here for a fact. Then gifts, I know that has to be 100, 2, oh, I missed one. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. emergencies, I said 40. 10, 20, 30, and this one. So these are the 3 envelopes that I stuffed. Okay, so now all of the money is stuffed in the envelopes and in my wallet. So now that I have like a peace of mind of where my money is going to, I know that I can just come back to my breakdown and see, okay, this is where I assigned this fund, this is where I assigned that fund. So this kind of just gives you a peace of mind and a sense of control of your finances. I know it's so easy to just spend and lose track of where the money's going. So this has definitely helped me. If you have any questions or need any clarifications or anything of that sort, let me know. So since I get paid bi-weekly, I'm going to do another one of these in 2 weeks, and I'll probably just do it at the bottom so I can keep all of September on one page. And again, if this is something you're interested in seeing, just let me know, and then I'll definitely continue doing them. So that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoy watching it. I hope it was kind of informative. And again, if you have any questions or need anything to be clarified, just let me know in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video.